As you all may be aware, or as some of you may be aware, Senator Nyonblee Karnga-Lawrence has proudly and openly sponsored, campaigned for, lobbied for a bill or two bills seeking to supposedly decentralize the ports of our country. The free port of Monrovia, the Greenville port, the port in Harper, and the Buchana port. You all know that. She's been involved with that. But today, I want to present to you the evidence, the facts, the real motivations, the real reasons driving Nyonblee's very, very diligent efforts to fragment, to disintegrate, to bring chaos to the whole port system in our country. Why she's doing it? This has absolutely nothing to do with simply decentralizing. Nothing. You know, and I couldn't sit down much longer to allow this lie that Nyonblee is trying to tell you, feed us, that she's doing this to decentralize the ports so that the ports can be effective. I need to tell you. You all know I don't speak often, but sometimes you just have to break your silence so people know what's going on. And that is the reason for me doing this today. It's a lie. It's a malicious lie. She is trying to do something completely different. And I have the facts. I have all the evidence here. Everything. I will present you pictures. I will post some of these pieces of evidence so you know the real reason. Nyonblee Karnga-Lawrence, I have these pictures, evidence, hard evidence of her family member and Jonathan Kaipe, her guy, at the Buchana port, and some lawmakers and Magdala Cooper already meeting with the Africa Global Logistics people. This group that's affiliated with the French Billionaire, they are already meeting with them. They invited them to their offices. I have the evidence here. I will publish these pictures. You ain't even passed the thing into law yet. You already sending your family member, you already sending your party member to go meet with the French people to start negotiating. My people, you're listening? Your thing is that Nyonblee doing it here, so decentralize the port. No, Nyonblee only wants the Buchanan port. They want rack the Buchanan port. They want sell it to these people. You're listening? You're listening very keenly, my people. Nyonblee is not interested in decentralization. Nyonblee's agenda is fragmentation and chaos so they can sell the Buchanan port. So what Nyonblee has already done here is against the very principle of the separation of powers. What right does she have to be sending lawmakers and her family member to meet with this group that is trying to buy the port? It is the same group that is funding, that is financing the whole process. You see how quickly these bills passed through the legislature and got to President Bolloré? Because the French guys are pumping the money. They're giving Nyonblee the money to pump the money, pumping the money, pumping the money. So that the moment the thing is passed, they're not even waiting. So, does the president know? Picture number 1. Can you see the pictures? I will publish the pictures. Picture number 2. Picture number 3. Picture number 4. Picture number 5. Picture number 6. Does the president know that Nyonblee has already been sending people to go meet these people, to inspect their infrastructure, their posts that they're running in other countries? Does Nyonblee have the power as a member of the legislative branch to be dispatching government delegations comprising only of lawmakers and her family members to go see these people? My people, did you all know this? Did you all know that the real agenda, the real motive behind this effort to fragment the ports is so that Nyonblee can get the Buchanan port, which she already controls, by having her guy Kaipe there? You're sitting now, you're thinking, oh, yeah, decentralization of the port is a good thing, and blah, blah, but you don't know this. This is the plan. So, when the government wants to concession an asset now, that lawmaker we can send, that how we running the country now, that lawmakers and the family members of lawmakers we can send to go negotiate, a law has not been passed, and yet you are already engaging and receiving money to fund this whole process from a group that it has a history of buying elections for crooked African politicians. Fellow Liberians, I have the evidence. When I publish it, you will see. You will see people you know. Magdala Cooper is there. She's working with Nyonblee on this deal. The plan is, the moment the president passed this thing into law, then they will have control now over the Buchanan port, absolute control now, because it was supposedly be independent. The next thing you know, they're going to concession it out. 25, 30 years. Then we're going to start crying again about what's happening here at APA. They're going to run it. They're going to make millions and millions of dollars, and Nyonblee is going to be all right. And I cannot believe, and I'm coming back to my brother Darius DeLong, the man who is senator today, in a large part due to my very, very instrumental efforts. You know, when you help make somebody, especially in a great way, you have every right to call them out when they're going wrong. I help Nyonblee. Who you know I help Nyonblee two times when she ran for office? Who gave Benson Finley the name passport guy? Who published all the documents here on Benson Finley selling diplomatic passports and honorary consul positions? Henry Costa did that. Who called June 7 protest here when the opposition was dead, when nobody was brave enough to send up to George Weah? Who called June 7 protest and who gave Dillon the platform and to run as senator for Montserrat County? Henry Costa did that. I have every right to call them out when they are proceeding wrongly, because I contributed immensely to their elections. I did that. Call me arrogant or whatever it is you want to call me, but you cannot revise history. It is written in stone. I did that. And so there is no way Darius DeLong is not in on this deal. Nyonblee would not be brave to be doing this deal without my brother DeLong being involved. My people, Allah. Do you think DeLong does not know about this shady deal to concession out this port to a shady company that buys elections for crooked African politicians? Do you not think DeLong is in on this deal? Do you not think that? Are you as naive to conclude that Darius DeLong is innocent? You could absolutely not be as naive. I bet my neck he is in on this deal. And so I came here today to take my time to explain to you what it is that I know, so you all cannot fall for their cheap tricks and their obfuscation of the facts and try to beguile you and deceive you into thinking that they are doing this because they want to bring better governance system to our port system. It is not that. It is far-fetched from it, far removed from it. The real, singular, parochial, selfish intention is so that they fragment the ports, then so that they can banjo our Buchanan port to those people. That is exactly what they are up to. And they ought to be called out, exposed, and the facts need to be presented so that you all know this. That is my singular mission today, and I think to a large extent I have accomplished that mission. I have every right to call Nyonblee out. I contributed immensely to her 2 elections. Oh, Darius DeLong Umpa, oh, if I'm not for some of you will not be senator. So now I charge you, all of you well-meaning Liberian citizens, go out there and challenge them. Challenge DeLong on Facebook. Call them out. Call Nyonblee out. Let them explain to us how they've been involved with such a sinister plan against our country. And to my dear uncle and President Joe Boakai, to our wise, beloved president, I know you shall veto this so-called revised act, which they did not revise at all, as you vetoed the original fraudulent one that was submitted to you. And if you did not have the facts as I have presented, the whole plan is to sell this port out the moment they have it. And you are members of the collaboration. You are members of the ruling coalition. How the hell are you in bed with crooked French companies and individuals who have a sordid history in Africa for buying up elections for crooked African politicians who sell them ports? How do you think the United Party allies are going to feel about you?